Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a really awesome pair of glasses I picked up a couple months ago. I've been putting off on the video just because I wanted to test them out and make sure I really liked them. This actually model came out as part of a set. It was called the Tail series, which included the tail hook, the tail spin, and this one right here, which is the tail end. So as you guys can see from the box here, this is the pewter frame color with the Fire Iridium lenses. And I decided to go with this particular one over the other two, specifically because, in my opinion, it had the biggest wow factor. It was really cool looking. It was very out there, and especially this color combination with the Fire Iridium lenses, it definitely attracts a lot of attention. Now, the tail hook is more of your squared off kind of aviator look. The tail spin is your more traditional aviator look, kind of rounded lenses. And then the tail end, which you will see, is completely different from the two. So let me go ahead and open up the box so you guys can see them inside. Now, it's really cool. They do include a proprietary case for them, which is really nice because they are a metal frame, so you don't want them to go bending or anything like that. The case is very similar to what you would see in a lot of Oakley prescription frames. So it's got like almost like a leather look to it with your metal hinge in the back there. It's flat on the bottom, which is really cool. It sits nice on a flat surface. And then it has a little bit of a bulge on top. Obviously the word Oakley right there. Go ahead and open them up. Here's the glasses inside the microfiber bag. Inside it is felt lined, so if you do have the glasses in there without the bag, they won't get scratched up or anything like that. It is very strong and protects the glasses, especially if you're traveling and stuff like that, so that's really cool that they include that. Onto the glasses themselves. Go ahead and open up the bag. And here they are. As you guys can see right off the bat, it is very, very attention-getting, especially with that Fire Iridium lens. I'll go ahead and open up these. Take this plastic off. All right, so again, this is the tail end in the tail series with the pewter frame and the Fire Iridium lenses. Now, these are C5 alloy, so these are Oakley metal frames. They're very, very comfortable, especially because they have the spring hinges on the side right here. So the legs right here, they spring out. So when you go to put them on, you can pull them out like this and put them on, and then they'll just rest at whatever, tightness they have to be. So they're not going to be, crushing your head if you're wearing them. You also have the unobtainium behind the ears right here, which allow it for, if you do sweat or anything like that, it'll bond more to your skin and it'll stay in place. On the nose pads, they are silicone nose pads. I'm really not a big fan of those because after a while, in the way I use them, they tend to leave those little marks on your nose. But they're not so heavy that it's going to be too bad, and I do enjoy that. Now, obviously, the key thing of this frame is the fact that it looks like the lenses are just kind of hovering there in midair, which is really, really cool. But the way that's done is it's actually attached via the frame right here and right here, and then you do have a frame on the back right here, which holds the lens in place. So it's really cool. You don't see that, so it just looks like it's kind of floating there in midair. Now you do have a little bit of an accent right here around the rim, which gives it a really cool look. Also, it's almost made to mimic continuing the frame all around, but it's just the way that they did it, almost like a frosting on the lens right there. And you get it on both sides. And then I do like the fact that they included this little kind of lip right here on the side, because it gives a little bit more depth as far as not just having a completely round lens. It gives you a little bit more, more definition to the lens itself, especially when you're wearing it. But again, these they attract a lot of attention when you wear them. People want to look at them and stuff like that. And then it also transitions right here through the side. So instead of just doing going straight back right here, they give you a little bit of a design aesthetic here. So the leg actually comes down, and then you got some really cool angles right here. It's very minimal, but it definitely adds a lot of depth as far as the frame goes. And then obviously you have your elliptical icon right there, the same color. I don't know if I'm kind of on the fence on that. A lot of times they'll do the icon the same color to match the lenses. So if they would have done like a yellow or maybe like an orange icon or something like that, that would have been kind of cool. But again, it would have made them look a little bit more sporty, I would say, versus the way you have them now. You can definitely wear these, dress them up or dress them down or anything like that. Again, it's very comfortable to wear pretty much on a regular daily basis. But because of the way that the lenses are situated on the frame, you do have to be careful with them. As you guys can see, there's a very reflective. You can see me there, but just be careful with, you know, when you wear them. They're not as sturdy as like sport specific frames or anything like that. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and throw these on so you guys can see what they look like. All right, guys, so here they are. Again, this is the tail end model and the pewter frame with the Fire Iridium lenses. I'll go ahead and throw them on so you guys can see what they look like. So obviously, like I mentioned already, they do attract a lot of attention. It gives you kind of like that mad scientist look to it. Very round lenses. So if you're not comfortable with that, just keep that in mind. These are very completely round. They do have those little touches on the side here, which gives a little bit of depth to the lenses themselves. But for the most part, they are going to be pretty round. Now, the addition of these spring hinges definitely makes them a lot more comfortable, especially if you're not really into wearing metal frames, C5 alloy frames like these. You know, these are going to be a little bit more comfortable because they spring out, so they're not going to be, you know, like crushing your head when you wear them. As always, if you throw them on top, they are going to stay in place. You know, you can go ahead and throw them up there, and then once you're done, bring them back down. Now, because there is not that much of a wrap, it does have a little bit of a wrap to it, but not so much like a sport-specific frame. Just keep that in mind because you are going to get some light coming in from the sides here. They do come far enough to where they can cover any light bouncing off your cheeks, but as far as from the sides, they are pretty open, especially with the hinges right here being very thin. You're going to get some light from the sides. Again, this isn't a sport-specific frame, but for driving and everyday usage is perfect, especially if you're looking straight ahead, you know, inside the vehicle and stuff like that. They're going to do great. Very, very comfortable, but for the most part, it does attract a lot of attention, which is really nice. So if you're looking for one of those frames that's going to be like a big wow factor, this one is definitely a great one. Again, it's part of the tail series with the tail spin, the tail hook, and then obviously this one being the tail end. It does come in a couple of different color combinations. So if you like this one, it is available. But if you want something a little bit more muted, something like a black frame with black iridium lenses, they do have that, and they also make one with some ice lenses, which looks really cool too. So there it is. This is the Oakley Tailend in pewter with Fire Iridium lenses. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.